Good morning once again, and welcome back to the Live, Build, Change podcast. I hope you are ready to get your mindset right for this day. Jesus Christ is with you. He is in you. He is ready to help you to get your mind right and get ready for the day. We are looking at the Gospel of John, chapter number 14. This is an amazing chapter. It's full of so many powerful truths. And we're all the way down to verse 27 in chapter 14. And Jesus says to his disciples, and let's stop right there and make sure we're understanding the context of this. Jesus is teaching his disciples everything that's about to happen, including his capture and his crucifixion and his resurrection. He's telling them all those things, but he's going beyond that to tell them what to expect after all those things happen. And that's where we're at in John chapter 14, verse 27. Jesus has told them he's leaving, that he will be going back to his Father. And in verse 27, he says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." Now let's stop for a second. When Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you," do you recognize the significance of what he's saying? He's saying the kind of peace that he, as the second person of the Trinity, the Son of God, has, is the kind of peace he has left here with us. And he's left it through the person of the Holy Spirit. If you look right back in verse 26, right above this, he talks about the Helper, the Holy Spirit, being the one who would come and be with us after he leaves. And he's saying, "Peace I leave with you." It's the Holy Spirit. If you remember, the fruit of the Spirit from Galatians chapter 5 says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. The third one is peace. And so Jesus has left us his peace. And I think you would have to agree with me, it's a supernatural kind of a peace. Because it's his peace. It's the kind of peace he has as the Son of God. Now think about, where does Jesus' peace come from? Is it just this quality that wells up inside of him and is just there and there's no basis to it? No, not at all. Jesus' peace is based upon some very foundational things, some truths that he knows. What he knows about himself, his own identity. He is God. What does he have to be unpeaceful about? Nothing, because he's God. And he's saying, I leave that kind of peace with you. Not to say that we are God, but we have the third person of the Trinity, the Holy Spirit, with us. And so there is incredible grounds for peace in our lives right there. So Jesus has left us his peace, but there's another reason Jesus has the kind of peace that he has, is because he knows who his Father is. And he knows his Father is for him. And that is just as true for us as Jesus' brothers and sisters in the family of God, as the sons and daughters of the living God. We know who he is. We know he is with us. We know he is for us. We know that there is nothing that we will face in this life that we will have to face without his help. It just doesn't happen. It's incredible, these kinds of things that Jesus has promised us, this kind of peace. And I think our problem as believers often is that we don't, first of all, recognize that we have this peace. We don't know it's a promise he's given us. But it's also something we need to learn how to stand confidently in. So when anxiety and trouble comes, we need to fight it by saying, no, I have the peace of Jesus Christ. There is nothing to fear. There's no reason to be anxious. I am at peace. And that's not wishful thinking to say that. That is speaking the promises of Jesus to us. It's speaking to yourself, preaching to yourself the truth. So today, preach to yourself the truth that you have the peace of Jesus Christ with you. And we will continue on in John 14 tomorrow on the Morning Mindset Edition.